Assalamu alaikum grade 7s. I hope you guys understood yesterday's activity and that you have completed it. For today you are going to roll off, write today's date, your heading is whole numbers and your subheading is solve problems. Okay, I am going to post a picture up of all of the notes that you need to complete thus far. So this is just going to be an explanation, right? You will have no exercise for today, just notes. Okay. It is very important to know how to work with whole numbers when solving practical problems. Planning a budget, taking out a loan, and paying interest or saving money and earning interest are all things that you may need to make decisions about. For example, when you go shopping, you see a coat that was 300 Rand. Which has been marked down to 210 Rand. You can work out the discount by saying 300 minus 210, which will give us 90 Rand. When you compare two quantities that are measured in the same unit, you are calculating ratio. For example, the ratio of the original price of the coat to the sale price is 300 is to 210. We simplify this to 10 is to 7. Because if we divide 300 by 30, we will get 10. And if we divide 210 by 7, we will get, by 30. If we divide 210 by 30, we will get 7. Okay, so that is basically what ratio is. It is a comparison between two numbers or two quantities that are measured in the same unit. If you look at this example here, Joseph earns 5,500 every month. He needs 1,200 Rand for rental, and he also needs to buy food, electricity, and transport. Write down a budget plan for Joseph. Discuss other costs he may have and whether you think he will be able to save any money. Okay, so you're basically taking out 1,200 from his 5,500 for rental, and you are going to write down a budget plan for all of his other expenses such as food, electricity, transport, and other things that he may need. Here is a budget plan for Joseph. He may also have other expenses such as medical costs, entertainment, and clothes. Okay, right, so for his rental he's paying 1,200 Rand. Then you divide all of the other the rest of the money that he has left over for his food, electricity, transport, other costs, and savings. Okay, it's basically just an estimate, but it's a budget plan. How much of his money that he's making in a month that he's allocating to his food, electricity, transport, other costs, and savings. Okay, it may not be exact, right? It is an estimation, but it is a budget plan. You think that's how much he will spend on transport in a month, how much he'll spend on electricity and food, and so on. Right, moving on to loans. Okay, now this is a very important section and you are also new to this section, so please pay attention, okay, and let me know if you need any help. It is often necessary to borrow money to pay for an expensive item such as a car. You may also need to take out a loan to pay for studies at college. When you borrow money, you will need to repay the loan with an interest. Okay, that's like when you borrow money like from a bank. Okay, interest is then an expenditure on the amount borrowed. So you will pay that amount, and when you pay it back, plus the interest. Okay, it's an expenditure on the amount that you borrowed. So you'll be, once you repay the loan, when you pay the loan back, it'll actually be more than what you borrowed because of the added interest. You can also earn interest to an amount that you saved or invested. Interest is then income on an amount saved. The formula to calculate simple interest is SI equals PRT divided by 100. Now we are going to see what this PR and T represent. P is the principal amount. Okay, this is the amount of money that you borrowed or invested initially. So for example, if I borrowed 20,000 Rand to buy a car, this will be my principal amount. It is the initial amount. Okay, there's no interest that forms part of this. R is the interest rate. This is the rate used to calculate the interest per year, and it is written as a percentage. So for example, 11% could be your interest rate. That's how much extra you are paying, okay? Yearly, annually. Then we have T, which is time in years. This is the number of years for which the principal has been borrowed or invested. So say for example, you want to borrow the 20,000 for a period of 2 years. Okay, so you will write it out as 2. The final amount is the total money and is equal to the principal amount plus the interest. So when you pay back the loan, you'll pay that principal amount 20,000 plus the interest on that money that you borrowed. Okay? Obviously, the longer the time period, the higher the interest. Okay. Now let's look at this example here. Right? I don't know what the name is. But anyway, this person here wants to buy a flat screen television set. She takes out a loan of 5,000 Rand at 15% per annum. Per annum means yearly, right? For 2 years. So we have our initial amount, our P, the principal amount. We have our interest per annum, our rate, right? Which is 15% per annum. And we have our time. So here PRT. Calculate the simple interest. So here's our formula. SI equals PRT over 100. Here is our PRP, principal amount, rate, 15% per annum. Right, because it's already percentage, you just write it as 15 times 2, which is our T, and divide that whole thing there by 100, and you'll get an amount of 1,500. Therefore, she pays 1,500 Rand interest. What is the total amount that she pays? To do this, you will have to take the total amount, the initial amount, the principal amount, and add the interest that you calculated. So the final amount will be the interest, the principal amount plus the interest, and in total, when she repays the loan, she will pay 6,500 Rand. Okay, you are going to take down this example here for me, right? Here are your notes, right? You are going to complete from here all of your notes, and at the end I didn't have enough space, so you will complete your example. I'll post a picture of it from the textbook. If you don't have a textbook, most of you should have a textbook by now. If you have any questions, please message me. Assalamu alaikum.